Hi, this is Camille. So today I'm gonna do a video about my gear for the West Highland Way. We are in October 2017. I did the first part of the West Highland Way last month, 2 weeks ago, where I went from Milgai to Tindrum in 3.5 days, and I'm just about to go today and hope to reach Fort William after hiking about 3 days. So hope to complete it in a total of 6.5 days. It was my first time walking long distance with camping gear and everything with me. I camped the first night and then I realized that my sleeping bag is not at all suited to camping in autumn in Scotland. This time I'm going back and it'll be even colder, so I'm not taking my camping gear, but I will show you what I took the first time. This gear is mostly, I guess, quite a lot of stuff from Mountain Warehouse, where I could find stuff that was cheap, and I did study the weights and try and find stuff that wasn't too expensive. So it's kind of a beginner's gear list for people who want to get into ultralight but don't necessarily want to make the financial commitment yet and just want to give it a go and see if that works for them. So I'll just show you the gear now. So I'll start with my camping gear. Firstly, the tent. This is a 2-man tent from Mountain Warehouse. It weighs just over 2 kilos and it is great. It cost me about 50 quid and I'd definitely take it again and wouldn't really buy another more lightweight one for another while. Then we have the sleeping mat, which again is from Mountain Warehouse. It's a self-inflating one and it cost me about, I think it was like 20 quid. Then we have the sleeping bag, which, as I mentioned, is by no means warm enough to sleep, to camp in Scotland in autumn, let alone winter. So I'd probably take this if I were to camp in the summer, but in the spring, but that's probably about it. That's my silk liner. It weighs 260 grams and it does a good job. I just bought it on eBay. It's really easy to find. And then there's a travel pillow. I didn't really enjoy working, sleeping with it. It's just very high and quite small. So I'll probably go for something that's inflatable actually and is less bulky. So starting with the pack, this is Mountain Warehouse Ventura 40 liters. I know 40 liters is probably much less than what the average hiker takes on a multi-day hike when camping, but actually I found that it was a great way to reduce the amount of stuff I was taking and reduce my weight as well and just be a little bit more rigorous around what I would take. It was a cheap backpack. It was about 30 quid on sale, and it's, you know, in no way as good as something like an Osprey pack like I've seen loads of people carry, but it did the job. It didn't feel uncomfortable, and for now it's kind of fine. And then I realized that I was missing something to carry just for like the phone and wallet while walking, because those straps, I mean, this zip is actually really far behind, so I can't put anything in there and then easily access it while I'm walking. So I decided to, for this second part of the West Highland Way, to just buy this little add-on. I just found it on eBay, and I'm gonna put this like that, so it comes more at the front, and it was about £12, I think, and it's waterproof as well. And it's got lots of compartments, so I think it's a good add-on to have. And then the pack comes with a bladder compartment. So this is the bladder. It's a 2-liter bladder, and I found that, you know, at the beginning of the walk, the day, I would just fill it all up to 2 liters. so that was 2 kilos to carry, and actually ended up not drinking the full 2 kilos, the full 2 liters, sorry. So in the future I'll probably fill it up to 1.5 liters, and I'll probably be doing me the whole day. Then I have trekking poles. Again, those were the cheapest at Mountain Warehouse. They don't have a cork handle, which some people like because it just absorbs the sweat. But I'm wearing gloves to grip better, and I found those okay. They do. I put duct tape here around my trekking poles. That's like a trip that lots of people use, and just to not have the whole duct tape roll with you and have it handy in case. So I'll just move on to let's see, clothing. This is what I'm going to be wearing. I'll have a fleece, just a normal fleece. The gloves, as I mentioned, those are, I think, originally cycling gloves, but they're good, and you can sort of use your phone while you use them. And they have had a hole, but like you do with everything, you fix it with duct tape. So here you go. So then I've got my shoes, which are trail runners rather than hiking boots, and I really like them. The model is called that. I didn't want anything with Gore-Tex because I heard that when you get your feet wet, it takes quite a lot of time to dry, and in Scotland we have a lot of rain, so didn't want to risk having wet feet all day long. Those are my hiking socks. They're great. They are the brand is Bridgedale, and I don't know why you've got to have sort of gender specific hiking socks. I mean, I just wanted black ones, but those were the females, and because they were the females, they were pink. That's my leggings, to hike with. I am going for leggings because I really don't like the look of hiking trousers, and I feel that this gives me a more freedom of movement. That's just a hiking bra. For ladies with big boobies, I really recommend Bravissimo. It's a great bra. Then that's just a hiking top, and then another layer with long sleeves. In terms of the clothes I'm taking with me inside the bag, I have a little beanie hat, which is just for warmth, not to protect against the rain, because obviously it's not waterproof. I have a second t-shirt. I'm just taking 2 t-shirts. I think that's enough, especially just for 3 days, but I'll probably be taking the same amount if I were going for longer. And then that is just one of those tubes. Again, I found it at Mountain Warehouse. You can just put it around your neck or your head. It's really good when you're sleeping, particularly when you're camping, and it's half fleece, half synthetic material. Then I've got some pants, a non-wire bra. For the ladies, I think that it's nice at the end of the day to not have your sports bra that you've been hiking with and sweating in all day, and then if you want to like go for a meal or whatever, then after a nice shower you can just put something a little bit more comfortable. I sleep in thermal leggings and a thermal top that's very lightweight. I'm gonna take one more pair of socks with me, just in case the other ones get wet. And I also have this thing which is an ankle support, because I have had injuries on my ankles, both ankles, sorry. So I just want to take this in case something happens, so I can continue on the trail without too much pain, until I can find someone to help me. Those are, they're Crocs. Crocs are really not sexy, but those are okay, I guess. They look okay. They are really lightweight. They are super they have this really nice sort of sole. So it's really nice to use at the end of a long day when your feet are really tired and around the camp. So I recommend those. I just put those on the outside of my pack because they're waterproof and they do the job. Then I have a microfiber towel, again from Mountain Warehouse. I didn't know those towels before I went on my last trip, and they're just amazing. They're so they dry so fast, and they're really lightweight, and they're just great. Then let's see, still in clothing. So this is a bit of an odd one. It's a long story, but basically it's like a waterproof poncho, and I was debating whether to take a waterproof jacket and waterproof trousers, which is what I took on the first part of the West Highland Way. It ended up not raining, but it will rain this time. So I've actually weighed everything and decided to take the poncho instead of the jacket and the trousers because it's like 200 grams lighter. So that's that. You can't find it anywhere because it's a cycling poncho and the brand has gone bankrupt. Those are some just dry bags, 2 small ones, and then that's a 40-liter dry bag. It's a little bit heavy, but it's really worth having. I find that it's nicer to have this than a big cover on your bag. It kind of gives me more sort of confidence that my stuff is going to be dry inside the bag. So I just put this and I line my bag with this dry bag. I close it and then I close my bag. So then moving on to the sort of the kitchen. That is my pot. It's a very simple aluminium pot. I would love to have a mug, like a what's it called? There's a really nice brand of mugs, and they come with a lid, and you can also sort of empty the water as you keep the stuff inside, and that's something I'll buy in the future, but for now this is fine, and it actually doesn't weigh that much at all, so that's good. That's the good thing about aluminium. Then that's my stove. It's a Primus stove. It's a little bit bulky, and I'll probably buy something like a what's it called? A pocket rocket in the future, but that's fine. It doesn't weigh that much. And then there's a little adapter here for any type of gas can. I still have to buy the gas can for this trip. Last time I made the mistake of taking a gas can the size of a French kitchen, so everyone made fun of me. So this time I'll get like a really tiny gas can. That's my water system, the Sawyer Squeeze. It's a mini one, and in Scotland I haven't really needed to, well, certainly on the West Highland Way, you don't really need to be worried about getting water from sort of natural sources, because you get water, and that's the pocket that came with it. Yeah, you get water every day, every night, wherever you're sleeping, either in a campsite or in a hostel. And B, if you're gonna get water during the day in streams, most of the time it's water that's running from the hills up above, so it's actually okay to drink, in my opinion anyway. That's my cutlery. It's a Sea to Summit set. So then, moving on to the bathroom. So let's see, toilet paper. I really didn't need this the first time, but I'm taking it because I don't know what this part of the way will be like. I've removed the inside, the cardboard inside, to save some weight, and I'm hoping not to have to use it, but anyway, here it is. I have a hard case for my glasses. I'm gonna wear contact lenses, but I'm gonna take my glasses with me in case anything happens, and I want a hard case in case there's a lot of pressure and I don't want to break my glasses. So yes, it does weigh quite a bit, but I don't want to compromise on this, because obviously if I don't have glasses or contact lenses, then I can't go anywhere. Just antibacterial gel, some midges repellent, a small tube of toothpaste, some floss, not necessarily for flossing, although I will, but also to repair stuff. It's a really good trick that I've learned. You can basically use this as a sort of sewing kit. So that's really good. Yeah, toothbrush. I could cut it in two, but I can't be bothered. A mini deodorant. If that doesn't really cover the sweat, the smell of the sweat, but never mind. Some what do you call those? Earplugs, in case people are noisy in the bunkhouse. Contact lenses, some of those, something to keep my lips hydrated, and loads of little pins and things like that. Girly things that are necessary if you have hair, let alone long hair. Then we have the sort of first aid stuff. So I just bought this all packed up and ready, but I've also added some paracetamol, some antihistamines, and I want to buy a little tweezer for the ticks. On to electricals. So I have a headlamp. It's a Mountain Warehouse one. It's really powerful, and it's got the white light as well as the red light. And the red light is really useful around camp, so you don't bother people with the really bright white light. And inside your tent as well, because people can see through your tent. I'm not camping this time, but you never know. I might start really early in the morning and then just put this on my head. I've got some spare batteries for the headlamp, 3. And then I've got a power bank. So this one is really good. It's from Maplin, and for an iPhone 7 it charges it, I think, 2.7 times. So quite a lot actually. I didn't want something that only charged once. Probably won't need it, to be fair, because I'm stopping in places at night and I'm not wild camping, but it's just good to have for the future. A cable to connect with the phone, a cable to charge the power bank, the socket, and then, just in case, some matches and a lighter. And then I have a compass just in case. You don't need it on the West Highland Way because it's so well waymarked, but it was just a good thing to have, and just out of principle I don't want to go on a trail without a compass because, yeah, you never know.